of faculty. These really work together as what faculty learn about students, faculty take that information, improve the infrastructure that in turn improves student learning. All of this works together to produce what we talk about.
See, again, when we are talking of intake of student admission, this is what in criteria 4 they are talking about student portfolio for each program. So even now NBA has incorporated WKs for students. They have knowledge and attitude profile of the student you need to create just after admission, which AICT launched that it's a 3-week induction program before start of any session. Actually, you need to do that. According to that, the policies and procedures need to be created, and according to the student admission, the curriculum has to be planned so that the learning happens. And the requirement of faculty accreditations for teaching that curriculum is very important. We go further.
In the criteria is continuous improvement. So let's think about this structure. Okay, so as you can see from this, that we have the different aspects of the structure, and it's no accident that each of these support structures are a focus of the accreditation process, and that they all work together to produce quality outcomes.
These are the criteria for NBA.
Procedures are the glue that holds all of this together, and these are all going to vary depending upon who we are as an institution and as a program, but we all have this in common. What makes each program unique is the context within which each of these structures are developed, and it can be characterized as an integrated system. So let's think about our educational programs in this way. And as we think about the fact that we each have inputs, processes, outputs, and outcomes. Inputs basically refer to students and faculty and infrastructure. For students, we think about, who are your students? What's their educational background? What are their demographic characteristics and personal attributes that they bring to your program?
This is WK's, what we do talk about program outcomes.
Their experience, and what kind of personal attributes do they have? The infrastructure, the facilities, equipment, and technology that make up your program and program offerings. And then we have processes. So depending on who your students are, what kinds of programs and academic services and support services do you provide that enables your students to be successful? The same with faculty. What kinds of teaching loads, class size, professional development opportunities, promotion and tenure policies.
The beauty is they have put curriculum design with faculty, so that for students learning happens.
Curriculum design, those things work together to provide your faculty with what they need to be successful. The infrastructure, what kind of governance, what kind of academic procedures and operational guidelines do you have that support your faculty and your students? When we think about outputs, this is what I call the counting things, the how many. So for students, we look at grades, credit hours completed, retention rates, employment, postgraduate statistics, just to name a few. For faculty, how many credit hours delivered, what kind of funding received, publications generated, educational innovations that they've adopted or developed, participation in professional development activities. And And of course, these are going to vary depending on the kind of institution or program that you are. Think about infrastructure as resource availability. So what kinds of resources? What kind of resource usage? I can remember when we used to actually count the number of books in the library as evidence of quality of our institution. We're now talking about educational outcomes, and what we mean by outcomes is what is the result of the inputs and processes, the impact that it's had on our students and our faculty. So for students, we think about what kinds of knowledge have they gained, skills, attitudes, behaviors as a result of going through your program. For faculty, it's citations of their work, the results of their research, innovations as they've developed, and the results of professional development. It's one thing to go to a professional development offering and another thing to come back and implement what you've learned. Then we have the infrastructure. So how does the infrastructure that you've developed contribute to student learning and to faculty work? So as we think about these four aspects of our system, it's important to remember that our inputs and our processes really determine the capacity that you have or your capability to produce desired learning outcomes. It's interesting in that many programs will say, well, just tell us what to do. Just tell us how you want us to do this. But because all programs are different, it would actually be contrary to the principles of continuous improvement. So what we can do is give you...
This is where I talk about program assessment committee to look into these things. As per NBA, there is a tick which we normally put while applying for NBA, that do you have program assessment committee? And we normally do it yes. Actually, the program assessment committee need to look into all these parameters and then decide how things need to move.
Principles and guidelines, and then you can adapt them to your unique program. So programs are not only an integrated system, but they're also open systems, where we've already talked about the processes, inputs, outputs, and outcomes, but each system has external constraints and requirements, and each program or institution responds differently to these constraints, and you could have, depending on your institution, other constituents that have requirements and expectations for your program. So we must remember that one size does not fit all. The programs are unique.
Very important, one size does not fit all. So procedures, policies for computer science will be different, for electronics will be different, for mechanical will be different.
You're unique in terms of your inputs, your resources that you have available, the knowledge base that you can draw from, and the experience that you and your faculty have. You have certain strengths and certain weaknesses. And this series is going to focus on best practices, recognizing that best is always aspirational and must be adapted to the context of your individual program. We have, as I indicated earlier, 6 different educational modules.
Now I go back to my own presentation. This part actually I'm not covering all these things because you already know these things. So these are the basic ones. This is very important. We say, starting with a clear picture of what is important for student to be able to do, and then organizing curriculum delivery and assessment to make sure that learning happens. And then these are the same things, nothing important. This is what I am making for the same presentation from that video what we have been working on. This we all discussed. Just you saw this in my video. All these things I have copied from that video only. These are our knowledge and attitude profiles as per NBA, which they have not incorporated in attainment, but they have just given it, and till now there are no workshops or sessions have been conducted by NBA how to achieve it. But we can do it through rubrics and other way. So the programs which are going for NBA accreditation may think on those lines. I missed something, I think. Just a second. No. Just a minute. I'm sorry I missed one thing. It's still I'm working on these files. I'm sorry, this part has not come to that. The video ended at this particular point. One side does not fit into all programs. Now, after this, I have taken one more thing. What is IDP? Institutional Development Plan, which is used, the word is used in NBA as strategy plan. Now UGC has given a new nomenclature of IDP. So my request is we should work on IDP, and the major parameters of IDP are governance, financial enablers, academic enablers, research IPR, human resources, networking and collaborations, physical, digital, and operationalization and continuous improvement. These are the major parameters focused on IDP. So the IDP has to be created on these basis. Now I go further into depth. The governance enabler talks of leadership and decision making, which talks of established leadership bodies, BOG, Academic Council and others. Institutional autonomy, which talks of financial and decision-making autonomy, balance, control, and academic section and freedoms. These are the part of IDPs. Then is financial enablers and funding modeling, revenue generation through alumni, CSR, sustainable development models. This is very important. Even NAC is talking of CSR fund as well as for alumni funds. So we need to work on that too. Then is second, financial management. The one is revenue generation. The second is financial management. Implement investment and financial strategies. Foster industry and government partnerships. Academic enablers is faculty and curriculum, which strengthen recruitment, promotes interdisciplinary learning and industry-aligned education. Then is digital and practical learning, is introduced blended learning, enhanced research integrations. Research and intellectual property is innovation and collaborations, where they talk of promoting research culture, strengthening industry academia cells. Then is IP and commercialization, establish IP protection pathways, secure research fundings. We did lot of things in MAIMS, but we have not yet started working on these lines in MAIMS. I think we need to work on to these lines. Then comes human resource and management enablers, HR policy and development, implement transparent policy, which we already have, I think. Work-life balance, offers well-being programs, flexible work policies, networking and collaboration enablers, where they are talking of alumni and industry partnership again, strengthening alumni engagements, foster academia industry collaborations, national and international outreach. This is very important. It has two things now. One is outreach extension, whereas one is for networking and collaborations. So, promote faculty exchange, encourage global networking. This is what outreach is, whereas in NAC, outreach was outreach to nearby society, working with them. So there are two different types of outreach. One is outreach academically, and the second is outreach for society in whole. Then physical enablers is campus infrastructure, develop modern facilities, ensure PWD accessibility, green campus initiatives, students and facilities, faculty well-beings, provide recognition and wellness centers, digital enablers, ICT infrastructure, establish robust ICT systems, implement e-learning platforms, data security, strengthening cyber security, develop digital repositories. Last is operationalization and continuous improvement, strategy and monitoring, define measurable objectives, implement educational systems, continuous improvement, ensure stakeholders feedback, update strategies regularly. This is what IDP talks of. And we need to create IDP for institution. This I just mapped it. This is the draft guidelines of NAC, which is still to come. So here again, in the video we saw input, output, process. So NAC has also come up with input, process and outcomes. So input is curriculum design, faculty resource, infrastructure and financial resources and management. Whereas in processes is learning and teaching, extracurricular and governance and administrations. Outcomes is student outcomes, research, innovations and sustainable outcomes. Now sustainability, UN Sustainable Development Goals have been included in NBA also as well as in NAC. So I'll focus on those areas, slowly moving towards NBA again. But here, once more, I'll go back to my input, output and process and mapping with IDP and NAC. This is what we saw in the presentation video. This was students, faculty and infrastructure. Now, as per IDP, there is nothing in input. As per NAC also, there is nothing in input. Whereas for faculty, it's C, academic enablers and E, human resources. whereas in NAC, curriculum criteria 1 and faculty criteria 2 is covered up. Infrastructure enablers, IDP enablers talk of financial enablers and physical, whereas NAC it's criteria 3 and criteria 4. This is the mapping between what we are talking of NBA, IDP and NAC. So if we cover up each and everything in IDP, automatically your NAC and NBA will flow. You don't need to work again and again for NAC and NBA. This is my purpose to tell you that once our IDP is created, we can work both on NBA and NAC simultaneously. We need not to work again and again for each and every program every time. Then is process. These are the processes which we discussed in that video. Again, in processes, IDP does not talk about in students, whereas for faculty, it's networking and collaborations. And as per NAC, it is learning teaching criteria 5, extended curriculum engagements and criteria 6. Infrastructure, again it's governance enablers, operationalization and continuous improvement, and in NAC it's governance criteria 7. Outcomes, IDP does not talk about the outcomes because IDP is the strategy for working of an institution, whereas outcomes as per NAC is student outcome criteria 8, research and innovation is criteria 9, and sustainability as criteria 10. So this is what I wanted. If MAIMS people are here, they can leave. Now I'll continue with NBA part. This is what I wanted to tell about program, about how to work on program and how IDP has to be created and it is to be linked with all these things. Thank you. Well, let's go back to our own presentation of NBA, where we need to talk on other issues. I'm actually still working on these slides. Yes. So these are WKs as per NBA. First is a systematic theory-based understanding of natural sciences applicable to the discipline and awareness of relevant social sciences. Conceptually based mathematics, numerical, you have these data with you, so you can go through these things. These are the new program outcomes. These are the new program outcomes, and they have clearly mentioned, specified in WK1 and WK4. Their expectation is with this PO1, these WK1 to WK4 need to be mapped. But how, that process has not been defined. It purely depends on the institution and program. So this has to be focused. So when the student comes, I'm not saying let's start it from now and or we need to show it for the back years. But whenever the team comes, we should show them that we have started working on it. The programs which are already accredited will go for revision after 3 years, will also need to show these things. So you need to look into these parameters. You can have different types of workshops with other people also, experts into these things. You all know I'm not much expert in program outcomes and these attainments and other things, but you need to focus on these things and start working on this, especially with the batch which will be taking admission in 2025. So that when the team comes, we are able to showcase that we have started working on all the parameters based on new guidelines of NBA accreditation. Then PO2, again WK1 to WK4. PO3 is only WK5. Now, when I'm talking of only WK5, so let's see what is WK5. WK5 is knowledge, including efficient resource usage, environment impacts, whole life cost, reuse of resources, net zero carbon, and similar concepts. Now we need to look, whenever we are working on each areas, how things are being linked with these WKs for each and every student. Then PO4 is focused on WK8, PO5, WK2 and WK5, PO6, WK1, WK5, WK7, PO7 is purely on WK9, and PO8 is not linked to any of the WKs. Then comes PO9, PO10, PO11 is with WK8, sorry. Again, program specific outcomes up to 2 to 3. Again, when we are talking of program specific outcomes, these program specific outcomes should also be linked with WKs. So whenever you now start working on program specific outcomes, it should be linked with WKs. Which all WKs you need to focus the way they have focused it with the program outcomes. Okay. Now let's come to the parameters. These are the new parameters. Now vision, mission, program educational objectives carry 40 marks, whereas earlier it was, don't look into tier 1 because I have not yet worked on tier 1, this place. I have worked only on tier 2. So what they are looking on, I'll focus majorly on the areas which are new as per the SAR. The old ones I'll just pass on. Vision, mission, you already know. So the numbers are this. State the POs. Vision, mission of the institute and department is 5 marks. PO is 5 marks. Defining vision, mission, PO 15 marks. Dissemination is 5 marks. This already we know. Objectives, this is for the general public who doesn't know what exactly it means. So that is this. Program curriculum. In criteria 1, now program curriculum has come up, which talks of the structure, which is for 5 marks, the components of the programs in the curriculum in percentage wise, state the process used to identify the compliance of university curriculum for attaining program outcomes, program specific outcomes, mention the identified gaps. This question was already there earlier also, so I'm not emphasizing this on it. This question was also there. State the delivery details, content beyond syllabus. Then in this criteria only the POs and PSO mapping with the courses have come. In the first criteria itself, it has come POs and PSOs. Mapping of courses with POs and PSOs. This was there, but not in criteria 1. It has come into criteria 1 now. Then course outcomes semester-wise. This was already there in criteria 3. Then course articulation, this was also there in criteria 3, mapping of all the program outcomes. Program articulation matrix, this was all in criteria 3. It has been moved to criteria 1. Then POs and PSO mapping with the courses, 15 marks, courses articulation, this I've already talked about this. Let's go further. Second criteria is outcome-based teaching learning. Here there are few changes which we need to talk about, and I want that those things need to be incorporated in this SAR also. The tables which they have given, let's take those tables and use those tables for submission of our SAR with proofs, if possible. I'll come to that. It's 120 marks, teaching learning process. Describe the process to improve the quality of teaching learning. This question is a different question which talks of academic calendar. Yes, this is there. The implementation details, impact analysis need to be documented. So we need to give proofs. We have given earlier also a few proofs on this. Second is quality of student capstone projects. This was also there, but the word capstone was not there. It was only projects. So, but rest everything is same, whatever they have given. Mention the details of POs and PSOs address. Again, this is same. Internship and training again is 10 marks. But here again POs and PSOs emphasizes have been there, which are addressed. New thing which has come is seminar and mini micro projects. This is new. Seminars and mini micro projects. Case studies and real life examples. With emphasis on program outcomes and program specific outcomes. So my request is, now when we are talking of teaching learning process beyond syllabus, the contents, wherever we are giving few examples, we can give few examples on seminar, mini micro projects with POs, PSOs emphasizing, as well as for case studies and real life things which have been included, maybe beyond syllabus or otherwise should be included into it to emphasize, to showcase that yes, we are doing these things without knowing that it has been incorporated into the system. Then is SWAYAM NPTEL MOOC self-learning. I don't know, names, so they have already been implemented. Do we have our students been asked to go for SWAYAM and MOOC courses? All that about. So that will fetch us 10 marks. Solving complex engineering problems incorporating sustainability goals. 20 marks. This is beyond the projects. Earlier there was only one question of projects. which we have already cleared in this capstone projects. But now they are talking of solving complex engineering problems incorporating sustainability goals. One more thing has come up, Sustainability Development Goals, SDGs, they are talking in budget also. Whether we have the budget for SDGs, and if yes, how much has been spent. So that means when a HOD is preparing a budget, they need to focus, they need to ask the faculty what kind of projects you will be incorporating in next year, financial year, looking into the SDGs. So my request to HODs will be, please focus even to faculty that beyond capstone projects which are as per the guidelines of affiliating university curriculum, there should be some projects like we have वो वाटर वाली गन नहीं थी मैम हमारी जो बनी कौन सी थी हाँ smoke gun can be one of the SDG project and that can be emphasized on. So that kind of projects need to be emphasized and worked on. Here they are talking of hackathons, capstone projects also, mini projects also. It can be anything, but it has to be separate. Steps taken for enhancing industry-institute partnership. Now they are talking of steps taken to industry-institution partnership, and it is program level. So I request all HODs and faculty to look into it. Don't rely on the institution or management to go for these types of programs. It is the every program has to be self-sufficient. I showed that video purposely so that every program need to be self-sufficient, that PAC need to take care of all these things and decide what all need to be done, and accordingly policies and procedures and infrastructure along with training to faculty need to be taken care. This is all interlinked, and it will all depend on the knowledge, skill and behavior of the student who has taken admission into your program. It has to be student-centric, not faculty-centric. So this was teaching, learning. 120 marks. Outcome-based assessments, this you all know better than me. Outcome-based assessments, attainment of course outcomes, there's now much changes into it. Same questions, same things. Evaluation of laboratory work and workshops. Evaluation of teaching as per POs and PSOs which have been included, which I think the last time chairman was focused on majorly for first year courses, the attainment of program outcome. That has come into it. That was the reason why he was asking those questions. So this time also the mindset might be there in subconscious mind, the experts conscious might be there that how you are doing it. So earlier it was only the chair pair, now it can be for the respective department, program level experts also. So please, if possible, we can say that we have recently incorporated from this batch, which will be starting from 2025. Same for evaluation of industrial training and internship, linking to POs and PSOs. We did this also for training in the previous accreditation, but we need to do it more now, maybe with rubrics or something like that. Again, evaluation of projects. There it was what type of projects we are talking of. Here we are talking of about the projects with rubrics and other things. In the previous format, they were not talking much about on rubrics. That was the only question which we discussed in criteria 2 about the projects. But now they have emphasized on the rubrics also, what kind of rubrics and what all things you have been taking on. And the most important question is evidence of addressing sustainability development goals, 10 marks. So 17 SDGs need to be focused on this, and evidence in form of portfolio should be made available during the visit. Very important. This is why I emphasized, madam, requested madam many times, let me have one session before you apply for NBA so that I can incorporate all these things into the SAR of the existing programs which we are sending. Attainment, you all know better than me. Record of attainments, this also you have already done these things. It's just for basic people, not for you all. Again, this, it's same, no changes into that. So this was the major changes which have been incorporated. This you already know all these things. Yes, the criteria 4 talks of enrollment ratio. Now, it's same where we talk of academic year, first year admissions, 120 intake minus the same questions which we had in criteria 4. Enrollment ratio has 90%, first year 20 marks, 18 up to 5. Now they have brought it down to 40%. Earlier it was only up to 60% there or 50%. Now they have brought it down to 40%. Even in 40% they are giving us the marks, 5 marks. Whereas earlier it was 0 marks. Success rate is same calculation, no changes into that. Academic performance in first year, I'm sorry, it is written third year. I think it's in first year. So, but calculation is same. Academic performance in second year, again the calculation is same. Mean of second year, grade point of all points divided by percentage of the marks of final year, and that calculation is there. This we can do it. Again, academic performance in third year, that's okay. Placement and higher studies is also okay. These are the same things which they have done. No changes into that. Professional activities, yes, they have added few things now. So one is, they were talking of professional society chapters organizing engineering events. This table was not given earlier. Now they have given the table. Then comes a students' participation in professional events. This table was also not there. They have included this table for last 3 years. Publications of technical newsletter and magazines. This table was not there. Not the table has come. So we need to be very specific on each and every point. Student publications. This was there, but again, it was not tabulated. Now it very clearly says CAY -1, -2, -3. Now beauty is, earlier it was CAY. Earlier it was CAY. Now all data is CAY -1, -2, -3. So what we used to do is, suppose we apply in October, that used to be our CAY, and we used to work a lot in that CAY. By the time team comes somewhere in January, February, so we were able to show many things in CAY. But now we cannot do that, because the data requirement is CAY -1. So first we need to work out each and every point and see where we stand, and then apply accordingly so that we are able to qualify. And the second major point which has come up is, earlier chairman had more than 250 marks, whereas now it's only 100 marks or 120 marks with the chairman. So getting 600 marks, we used to get more than 180 or 200 marks in criteria 1, and we were able to justify many things. But now with chairman the marks will be very less. Then placement and higher studies, this we have covered. Now beauty has been changed of criteria 5. The faculty criteria has been changed into 2 parts. And if an unwritten rule comes in that both the faculty criteria need to be 60%, then we will be in a trouble. Earlier, having everything at one criteria, we were able to gain the marks. Now, criteria 5, faculty, it's only faculty information. Only information. So one is faculty teacher student ratio. So this is okay. The marks has been increased to 30 now, which was earlier I think 20. So 10 marks increment is there. Then faculty qualification. Again there is a formula 10x plus 4y. So and here they have taken is 1:20. I think last time also they have taken it to 1:20 only. So that is not an issue. Then is faculty cadre ratio, it's the same. The calculation remains the same as it was earlier. Not much changes. Visiting faculty, again same thing. It was there. The table was not there. Now the table has come in. But again, the table talks of CAY -1, does not talk about CAY. So the data has to be for the previous years. Faculty retention, same, we have calculated it, it's almost same. But few changes have been taken care. Number of faculty members at current institution with more than 1 year or less than 2 years of experience. The number of faculty members at current institution with more than 2 years and less than 3 years, the calculation is like that. Now comes major part, professional development activities for faculty. membership and professional societies at national and international levels, name of faculty, name of professional bodies 1 or 2, name of the grade level position 1 or 2 for all the faculty members, where we stand. So my request is that every faculty member should take membership of professional bodies, which is required in NAC 2. There are marks for NAC as well as it has been incorporated into this. The new question which has come up is number of faculty members as resource person in STTP and FDPs. And that also CAY -1, -2, -3. As resource person. Then second comes is faculty members participation in STTP and FDPs. One is resource person and the other is participation in FDPs and STTPs. So these are two questions, 10 and the total is 15 marks, 5 marks is for this and 10 marks is for this. Faculty certification of MOOCs through SWAYAM etc. This is what I was talking of, that how many faculty members have undergone MOOC courses and grade obtained if any. Very important. If a faculty has attended it but not evaluated by them, then we might lose the marks. ठीक है जी? Then comes FDP, STTP is organized by the department. So there are 3 things now for FDP and STTPs. One is as a resource person. Second is attended by faculty, and third is organized by the department. अब वो आपस में बुलाएंगे आपस में सबको करेंगे एक दूसरे को, लेकिन ये करने पड़ेंगे. इसमें जो हमारे परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल्स है ना मैम, उस पे भी आप एम्फसाइज करें कहीं कहीं कि दिस फैकल्टी नीड्स टू गो फॉर से शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स और एफडीपी प्रोग्राम, और उसका इम्पैक्ट दिखाए कि दे हैव अटेंडेड इट. हाँ, सो दैट वो जो परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल के जो मार्क्स हमारे को 30 मार्क्स हैं वो हमारे मिस नहीं. फैकल्टी सपोर्ट इन स्टूडेंट इनोवेशन प्रोजेक्ट, ये नई चीज है. अब ये भी CAY -1, -2, -3 की बात कर रहा है, और साथ में वेबसाइट लिंक की भी बात कर रहा है. वो लेकिन कितनी फैकल्टी में हो, वो तो एक फैकल्टी के साथ 2, 3, 4 बच्चों की बात कर रहा है. So we need to look into it. We need to plan all these things for the whole academic year. Then only we will be able to succeed. ये एचओडी का काम है इसको पीएसी के साथ बैठ के एक एक पॉइंट को प्लानिंग के साथ कि इस साल इस महीने हमें ये चीज करनी है, इसके बाद ये करनी है, इसके बाद ये करनी है, और उसको एवरी मंथ एंड पे या क्वार्टर एंड पे उसको रिव्यू किया जाए। Then faculty internship training collaboration with industry. ये मैंने सबसे पहला पीटीयू में आई थिंक समवेयर इन 2018 में इनकॉर्पोरेट कराया था कि 15 days ट्रेनिंग ऑफ फैकल्टी इन इंडस्ट्री मैंडेटरी। अब मैं फिर से आपसे कहूँगा, अभी मैं रिसेंटली अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन में भी था, वहाँ पे भी IQAC में हमने एम्फेसाइज किया। हमारी NBA की विजिट आई थी, उसमें जब हमने ये पॉइंट पुट अप किया तो उन्होंने भी इसको कहा कि हाँ आपको करना चाहिए। तो भले आप 15 दिन के लिए नहीं भेज सकते तो एक हफ्ते के लिए तो वर्किंग करें, otherwise we will not be able to get the marks, this 10 marks. वो फेक बनाने से कोई मतलब नहीं है। इसका आउटपुट जो है जब फैकल्टी इंडस्ट्री से वापस आएगा तो उसका इम्पैक्ट डिफरेंट पड़ेगा। So we need to plan all these things with Director Ma'am and HOD all together. We need to see how it can be implemented, how it can be worked out. Then comes research and development, 60 marks. Number of peer-reviewed journal papers published, number of peer-reviewed conference papers published, number books chapters published. As per NAC, see, NBA has never given any guidelines on publications. But NAC has given guidelines for publication, where they talk of peer-reviewed journals paper minimum 2 per faculty per year. Similarly, for conference and book chapters, both combined, they talk about minimum 2 per faculty per year. You will be surprised when we went NAC for names. That time we published many books and chapters, but recently, since last 6 to 7 months, they said, NAC said, if in a book there are 1 or more chapters of a faculty, it will be counted 1. In names, we were successful with number of chapters in the same book, but now they have stopped that. They say 1 chapter in a book, so we need to work accordingly to justify this. Because whenever we are planning for NAC, same things will come into it. So let's start working on it, and this carries 15 marks. We don't know how they will be going, but we'll justify that as per NAC accreditation, this is the requirement and this is where we actually stand. Otherwise, we won't be able to justify them that it's from person to person. I can say, okay, you have 20 papers, it's good. You have 50 papers, I can say it's poor. How? Yes. both. Nee, but if both the authors are of the institution, it will be one. Of course, if you are second or third author in any paper outside, suppose MAITS is there, MAIMS is there, or XYZ is there. XYZ has published and your name of MAITS is in third, it will be counted one. Then comes development activities. So here patents, granted, published, working models, prototypes developed by faculty. We have not shown any prototypes developed by faculty in the previous accreditations. We have showed everything done by students. Till date, we have not shown anything developed by faculty. There was a question on product development. There were many things into that question, but we never showed product developed by faculty. So you cannot show the products in students as well as in faculty. So that also, because it carries 10 marks in 3 years. This part was missing, sponsored research, 15 lakhs. Consultancy, again, 15 lakhs. This is increased. अब नीचे वाले तक के पॉइंट आ गए हैं. चलो वो तो देखेंगे. A new thing has come up is institution seed money or internal research grant to its faculty and research work. This was available in NAC. They removed it for affiliated institutions, but it was there in autonomous and universities. But now NB has also included the seed money for faculty. So this also need to be taken care. Seed money for faculty. With this seed money, the product will be developed. The outcome of the projects are number of publication, number of working models, number of PhD students graduated, number of ME student. आप इसको क्यों देख रहे हो? आप सिर्फ ऊपर वाले को देखो ना. आप नीचे वाली दो लाइनें क्यों देख रहे हो? जो हम नहीं कर सकते उसको हम क्यों देखें? लेकिन हमने दूसरे पैरामीटर, दूसरे मैट्रिसेस को भी तो जस्टिफाई करना है. अगर वहां प्रोडक्ट है तो प्रोडक्ट तो सीड मनी से आएगा ना. अगर वहां पेटेंट है तो वो भी तो सीड मनी से आएगा. So we need to work on each and every matrix minutely so that we are able to achieve it properly. ठीक है जी? So if इसमें कहीं कोई पैरामीटर लग गया कि 60% इसमें नहीं आए तो आप क्वालिफाई नहीं होगे एक्रेडिटेशन के लिए, तो बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क लग जाए. Very important criteria which we need to look into and need to work into. और कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन होता तो मैं कहता मैनेज कर लेंगे, लेकिन ऐसे संस्थानों के साथ मैं वो वर्ड नहीं यूज करना चाहता हूं, और मैं चाहता हूं कि आप लोग इसको एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस करें एंड लेट्स बिकम वन इंस्टीट्यूशन इन द कंट्री हु इज इम्प्लीमेंटिंग ईच एंड एवरीथिंग फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सोसाइटी। क्योंकि आपके यहाँ कंसर्न्स नहीं है जो दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूशंस पे है, और मैं चाहता हूं, मैं ऐसे ही इंस्टीट्यूशंस चाहता हूं जहां मैं उसको रोल मॉडल बना सकूं। मैं बहुत प्राउडली कहता हूं, मेरा अपना अल्मा मैटर MITS ग्वालियर को मैंने रोल मॉडल बनाने की कोशिश की, अभी तक कर रहा हूं, पिछले 6-7 सालों से लगा हुआ हूं। वहां एक एक चीज मैंने इंप्लीमेंट करी है और आज भी कर रहा हूं, और मैं चाहता हूं कि आपका इंस्टीट्यूशन भी वैसे बने, क्योंकि आपके पास क्षमता है, करने की सोच है मैनेजमेंट के पास, बाकियों के पास नहीं होती। हाँ, पूछो। सिंगल प्रोग्राम, सिंगल राउंड, 6 साल वाली प्राइवेट की बात कर रहे हो ना, बिमटेक मैनेजमेंट वाला, 2 बार कराई है, दोनों बार 6-6 साल की हुई है। और बोलो, बिमटेक मैनेजमेंट वाला है। टेक्निकल में मैंने नहीं कराई, अब होएगी तो बताऊंगा। कहीं तो बहुत सारी जगह हुआ है, लेकिन वो गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में, प्राइवेट में VIT वगैरह में हुआ हो तो मुझे आइडिया नहीं है। एवेट के लिए जा रहे हैं, हाँ, वो तो थापर भी जा रहा है, बहुत सारे जा रहे हैं। फैसिलिटीज एंड टेक्निकल सपोर्ट ये सेम है, इसमें कोई वो नहीं है चेंजेस ज्यादातर। एक सिर्फ ये टेबल ऐड हुआ है, initiative of the department to create facilities for improving the quality and learning experience with relevance with POs and PSOs, areas in which students are expected to have enhanced learning। ये एक टेबल थोड़ा सा ऐड हुआ है न्यू फैसिलिटीज में। हमारे उसमें वो था कि आपने न्यू फैसिलिटीज क्या क्रिएट करी, बट ये टेबल नहीं था पिछले NBA सार में, तो ये एक ऐड हुआ है। बाकी इसमें कंटिन्यूस इम्प्रूवमेंट में भी कोई ऐसा वो नहीं है। एक्शन टेकन बेस्ड ऑन द रिजल्ट्स ऑफ हाँ, एक और चीज ऐड हुई है, एक्शन टेकन बेस्ड ऑन द रिजल्ट्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ COs अटेनमेंट। पहले वो सिर्फ POs की बात किया करता था, अब COs की भी बात कर रहा है वो 20 नंबर की। और एक्शन टेकन ऑफ रिजल्ट्स ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ POs एंड PSOs तो पहले भी था, आज भी है। तो एक ये चीज आपकी नई चेंज हुई है। ये हम ऑलरेडी कर रहे थे, जो बियॉन्ड सिलेबस और उसके गैप्स के लिए कर रहे थे वो, लेकिन POs से कर रहे थे, उसको हम इस पे एम्फसाइज कर सकते हैं। ये सेम है, ये सेम है, ये तो मैंने वैसी सैंपल्स लगा रखे। ये सैंपल्स आपके पास हैं सारे, ये वर्किंग हमने कर रखी है सारी। audit and action taken thereof during the period of assessment. पहले एकेडमिक ऑडिट सेंट्रल हुआ करता था, आज भी सेंट्रल करेंगे, लेकिन उसका एम्फेसाइज अब वो डिपार्टमेंट पे बात कर रहा है, इस डिपार्टमेंट वाले पे। यस, एक आया है नया, इम्प्रूवमेंट इन फैकल्टी कंट्रीब्यूशन। कंटिन्यूस इम्प्रूवमेंट में इम्प्रूवमेंट इन फैकल्टी कंट्रीब्यूशन, CA by -1, -2, -3, number of faculty members with PhD degree, number of publications in peer review, number of publications in conferences। हाँ जी, वो पंखे बंद हो गए ना तो आवाजें भी सुनाई देने लग गई। 15 मार्क्स। अब ये देखिए, ये 60 मार्क्स का पीछे भी पब्लिकेशन हमने देखी है, और इधर भी आगे भी ये नंबर में इम्प्रूवमेंट है। यस,
नहीं आ रहा।
देन इम्प्रूवमेंट इन एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस इन फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर। सब बदल गया ना, ये जो कंटिन्यूस इम्प्रूवमेंट था ना मैम, उसी में सब कुछ आ गया यहाँ पे। एक तो 5 के 2 हो गए, ये 7 था, तो 7 जो है उसमें ही ये चीजें ऐड हो गई, कंटिन्यूस इम्प्रूवमेंट। वो तो है ही है फर्स्ट ईयर में। नेक्स्ट नहीं, वो लेकिन लिंक कर दिया उन्होंने डिपार्टमेंट प्रोग्राम से ही।
That means criteria 8 is now also with the departments.
The only criteria left with the chairman is the 9th criteria, student support। यहाँ पे फर्स्ट ईयर टीचर स्टूडेंट रेशियो आ गया है, ये मार्क्स आ गए हैं उसके, ये कैलकुलेट इसमें। अब लेकिन ये आ गया नंबर ऑफ फैकल्टी रिक्वायर्ड एज पर 1:20, नंबर ऑफ फैकल्टी मेंबर बेसिस ऑन ह्यूमैनिटीज एंड सोशल साइंसेज इंक्लूडिंग मैनेजमेंट, नंबर ऑफ फैकल्टी मेंबर्स इन इंजीनियरिंग साइंसेज, और फिर ये कैलकुलेशन है NS1 ये बेसिक साइंसेज वाले इंटू 0.8 प्लस NS2 इंटू 0.2 डिवाइडेड बाई नंबर ऑफ फैकल्टी रिक्वायर्ड एज पर 1:20। इसमें है।
अच्छा, इसमें जो इंजीनियरिंग साइंसेस की फैकल्टी है उनका भी वेटेज कम कर दिया है।
हाँ,
0.2।
हाँ जी,
और जो अप्लाइड साइंस के प्योर हैं उनका 0.8 कर दिया है।
0.8 कर दिया।
इसके नंबर कितने टोटल 8 के?
5। मतलब प्रेशर कम हो गया।
अभी तो अगली बार सर, इस बार तो पुराने वाले पे ही जा रहे हैं। नहीं सर, अभी प्रेशर मत कम करो सर।
अभी प्रेशर नहीं कम हुआ, लेकिन हाँ ओवरऑल प्रेशर कम हुआ। ये उसके मार्क्स हैं कि अगर 80% फैकल्टी है तो 5 मार्क्स, और 40 और 50 के बीच में है तो 1 मार्क, तो 2-3 मार्क्स तो कहीं ना कहीं तो हम आ ही जाएंगे। देन कम्स मेंटरिंग, ये सेम क्वेश्चन है, इसमें मेंटरिंग में कोई चेंजेस नहीं है। देन कम्स, अब ये फीडबैक में इन्होंने दोनों डाल दिए हैं। अब फीडबैक ऑन टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस एंड फीडबैक ऑन एकेडमिक फैसिलिटीज, ये दोनों ऐड हो गए हैं सेम उस पे 20 मार्क्स का, 10 मार्क्स के। ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट सेम है, कोई ऐसे चेंजेस नहीं है. न्यू थिंग इज स्टार्टअप एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप.
डॉक्टर सचिन. स्टार्टअप एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, मगर ये तो पहले भी था.
हाँ, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के ऊपर था, स्टार्टअप भी अब उन्होंने ऐड कर दिया.
सर हमारी तो फैकल्टी भी कर रही है स्टार्टअप.
अच्छी बात है सर.
आई हैव जस्ट वन सिटिंग बिहाइंड मी.
हाँ, आई कुड सी दैट.
इंटरनेट एंड लाइब्रेरी हटा दिया.
है सर.
लाइब्रेरी एंड इंटरनेट
आगे है सर.
आगे नहीं, वो पहले था, अभी जीरो बना दिया उसको.
जीरो बना दिया. वो तो मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है सर.
वही तो उसी में आ गया.
रजत मलिक का है स्टेल्थ स्टार्टअप. एक और है सर, 2 गए.
गुड. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड गवर्नेंस, ये सब है हमारे पास. ये 9 में आ गया मैम. 10 तो खत्म हो गया ना मैम, 9 क्राइटेरिया हो गए. अभी आगे आ रहा है, सेम इसी में है मैम. ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी इसी में आ गया. अब ये आ गया बजट एंड एलोकेशंस. नहीं मैम, अभी एक और भी है. ये तो इंस्टीट्यूशनल है. ये इंस्टीट्यूशनल है मैम. अब लेकिन यहां पे जो पॉइंट्स आ गए हैं वो ये आ गया एसडीजी, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. ये लाइब्रेरी का बजट है लेकिन बाकी चीजें नहीं है. ये एक एसडीजी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इसमें ऐड हो गया है और एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ऐड हो गया है. तो स्टार्टअप एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का जो बजट है वो एक अलग आपको क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. ये 8 नंबर का मैम प्रोग्राम स्पेसिफिक बजट आ गया है. 12 was for the institution, whereas 8 is for the departmental program specific budget. Total is 20.
Earlier it was 30.
30, yes. अब इसमें इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग, इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट एंड इंटर्नशिप का खर्चा अलग डाल दिया है, एसडीजी का भी अलग डाल दिया है. So the budget of SDG should reflect in departmental budgets also. ठीक है जी. देन क्वालिटी, इसमें है सर क्वालिटी ऑफ लर्निंग रिसोर्सेज में लाइब्रेरी वाला. Provide details of available learning resources including e-resources, books and journal, as well as information on accessibility to the resources to students. Additionally, describe the support provided to students of self-learning activities.
लाइब्रेरी में भी मार्क्स कम हुए हैं.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी. सेल्फ लर्निंग एक्टिविटीज के लिए मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि either in library or at some place we should have small cabins fitted with smart TVs and sitting space, proper informal formal spaces where students can have discussions.
So that we have in the innovation center.
That's a part of innovation center. It's a self learning for the students in the institution. So they basically are looking somewhere in library.
They are taken from the net.
Yes.
Library का बदल में group है.
Yes. सो वो डैक में हमने 2-3 ऐसे डेवलप करते हैं रूम्स जहाँ पे टीवी वगैरह विच कैन बी यूज फॉर फास्ट लर्नर्स एंड स्लो लर्नर्स बाय फैकल्टी टू, कि गए वहाँ उनको समझाना है, वहाँ समझा दिया टीवी लगा के और सारा इनफॉर्मल वे पे हो गया, वहाँ से इंटरनेट स्पीड है, सब कुछ है, और कोई डिस्कशंस करने हैं, तो दैट्स द पर्पस.
Flipped classrooms can also be used for that.
Flipped classroom is a teaching pedagogy. It's not self-learning. They are talking of self-learning. Activities are defined for a purpose, but it is self-learning. आप अपने आप पढ़ना चाह रहे हो, दोस्तों के साथ बैठ के कुछ नई चीज सीखना चाह रहे हो. That's it. So the Anji.
हेलो.
बताओ माँ. ये रिटेंशन वाला.
सर उसमें ये total number of available faculty members in the department including allied departments. So this is the new point I think कि यहाँ पे हमें allied departments का भी देना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, नहीं, it all depends. अगर नहीं है तो नहीं है.
नहीं, जैसे अगर है
तब दे
तो
देना.
हम मेंशन नहीं करते थे ना.
पहले मेंशन नहीं करते थे, अब देना पड़ेगा.
तो अब सारा देना.
यस यस यस. क्योंकि वो कई जगह प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी कि अलाइड डिपार्टमेंट्स सपोर्ट कर रहे थे, तो इस वजह से उन्होंने इसको ऐड किया.
मगर सर वो जो एलाइड डिपार्टमेंट्स है वो काउंटिंग में कैसे आएंगे? वो काउंटिंग में तो जैसे एसएफआर में कहीं नहीं आ रहे हैं, एसएफआर में मतलब उसमें कैडर में कहीं नहीं आ रहे हैं, जस्ट नंबर ऐड ऑन करना है.
मैम ऐसा अभी तो इसका पोर्टल ऑन होगा, फिर देखते हैं. हाँ जी मैम.